In the exact same moment, an earthquake hit Egypt. Some people felt it hard. Buildings shook, people ran outside in fear, others, nothing. They didn't feel a thing. Why does this happen? And what does it actually mean? Let's break it down with science. You see, earthquakes are a lot like cosmic events. They're these powerful forces of nature that remind us just how small we are on this planet. And just like a supernova light years away, the effects of an earthquake aren't always felt equally by everyone. So, buckle up as we explore the fascinating science behind earthquakes and why location, geology, and even your own senses play a role in how you experience them. Okay, so imagine this, you've got a giant jigsaw puzzle, right? But this isn't just any puzzle. Instead of cardboard, it's the Earth's crust. All these massive tectonic plates fitting together like pieces of a colossal puzzle. Now these plates aren't just sitting still, they're constantly moving, bumping and grinding against each other, creating a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. Most of the time, this movement is so slow and gradual it's basically imperceptible to us humans, like the slow drift of continents over millions of years. But sometimes the pressure between these plates builds up, like really builds up, creating immense stress. And when that pressure becomes too much, BAM! It releases in a sudden, violent burst of energy, shaking the ground violently. That, my friends, is an earthquake, a powerful natural event that can reshape landscapes in an instant. This energy travels through the earth in waves, kind of like ripples in a pond, and these waves cause the ground to shake, sometimes with devastating effects. But here's the thing, that energy doesn't spread equally, it varies greatly depending on several factors. It's not like a perfectly concentric circle emanating from the center, it's much more unpredictable. Nope, it's way more complex than that, influenced by the Earth's diverse geological features. You see, the Earth isn't a uniform, perfectly smooth sphere. It's got mountains, valleys, different types of rock, and all sorts of geological quirks. These features can significantly affect how seismic waves travel and how strongly they're felt in different areas. And all these factors can influence how the earthquake waves travel and how strongly they're felt, making each earthquake unique. So you could have two people, relatively close to each other, and one feels a powerful jolt that sends them running for cover, while the other barely notices a thing, continuing their day as if nothing happened. It's all about the interplay between the earthquake's energy and the Earth's own unique makeup, creating a fascinating and complex natural phenomenon. Let's talk about why you might have slept right through that earthquake while your neighbor was tweeting about the chandelier swinging like a pendulum. There are 5 main culprits. Number 1, distance from the epicenter. This one's pretty intuitive. Think of it like a rock thrown into a pond. The biggest waves are right where the rock hits, and they get smaller as they spread out. The closer you are to the earthquake's origin, the stronger the shaking. Number 2, the type of ground you're on. This is where things get interesting. You see, the Earth isn't made of uniform stuff. Some areas have solid bedrock while others have loose soil or sediment. And just like a building's foundation matters, so does the ground beneath your feet. Soft, sandy, or loose soil tends to amplify the shaking, kind of like how a bowl of Jell-O jiggles more than a plate of cookies. On the other hand, rocky or hard ground is better at absorbing the seismic waves, so you feel less of a jolt. Number 3, building height and floor level. Ever been at the top of a skyscraper during a windy day? You feel it sway, right? Well, the same principle applies to earthquakes. The higher up you are in a building, the more pronounced the shaking will be. So if you're on the ground floor, you might barely notice a tremor while your friend on the 10th floor is holding on for dear life. Number 4, noise and distraction. Our brains are amazing, but they can also be easily fooled. If you were in a loud place, deep sleep, or laser focused on something, you might have completely missed the subtle signs of an earthquake. It's like when you're engrossed in a book and don't hear someone calling your name. Your brain was busy elsewhere. And finally, number 5, human sensitivity. Here's the thing, we're not all created equal when it comes to sensing motion. Some people are just naturally more sensitive to vibrations and changes in balance. Their inner ear, which plays a crucial role in balance and spatial orientation, might be more attuned to picking up even the slightest tremors. This heightened sensitivity can make them more aware of the subtle shifts in their environment, while others might remain oblivious. So next time you wonder why you didn't feel that earthquake, remember these factors. It's a fascinating mix of geology, architecture, and human biology that determines our individual experiences during these natural events. Understanding these elements can help us better prepare and respond to future quakes, ensuring we stay safe and informed. And Let's bring this all home with a real-world example. Remember that earthquake near the Mediterranean we talked about? It caused quite a stir, but not everyone felt it the same way. People in Cairo and Alexandria, being closer to the epicenter, reported feeling intense shaking. Buildings swayed, objects rattled, and people rushed out into the streets. It was a stark reminder of the power of nature. But here's the thing, folks in Upper Egypt, hundreds of kilometers away, barely felt a thing. Same goes for those in coastal towns along the Red Sea. Why the difference? Well, distance played a role, of course. The farther you are from the epicenter, the weaker the seismic waves. But it wasn't just about distance. The geology of the region also came into play. Upper Egypt, for instance, sits on a more stable bedrock foundation compared to the Nile Delta region, which is composed of softer alluvial soil deposited by the Nile River over millennia. And let's not forget about those who might have been completely oblivious to the earthquake because they were on the ground floor of a sturdy building, engrossed in their work, or simply have a naturally higher threshold for sensing motion. Okay, time for some visuals. Imagine this, a pebble dropped into a still pond. See how the ripples spread out in concentric circles? Earthquake waves are kind of similar, but instead of water, they travel through the earth. Now, these waves aren't all created equal. There are two main types, P waves and S waves. P waves are like the sprinters. They travel faster and cause the ground to compress and expand, kind of like an accordion. S waves, on the other hand, are the shakers. They travel a bit slower and cause the ground to move side to side like you're doing the twist. As these waves radiate outward from the earthquake's epicenter, they encounter all sorts of obstacles. Mountains, valleys, different rock layers, even man-made structures. And just like a light beam bending as it passes through a prism, these waves get refracted, reflected, and attenuated, meaning their strength and direction change. This is why you might have two towns, equidistant from the epicenter, but one experiences significantly stronger shaking than the other. It all depends on the geological makeup of the region and how the earthquake waves interact with it. Think of it like an obstacle course for seismic waves. Some paths offer less resistance, allowing the waves to retain their energy and pack a punch, while others are like energy-sapping mazes, weakening the waves before they reach the surface. The journey of these waves through the Earth's layers is complex and fascinating, revealing much about our planet's inner structure. Scientists study these waves to understand not just the earthquake itself, but also the composition and behavior of the Earth's interior. Now, I know what you're thinking. Could Egypt experience a truly massive, devastating earthquake? It's a fair question, and the answer, like most things in science, is nuanced. While Egypt isn't situated along a major tectonic plate boundary like, say, California or Japan, it's not entirely immune to seismic activity. You see, there are smaller, less active fault lines running through the region, particularly near the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba. These faults are like cracks in a wall. They represent zones of weakness in the Earth's crust where stress can build up and eventually release in the form of earthquakes. Now, the good news is that most earthquakes along these faults tend to be relatively small and don't cause widespread damage. However, the Earth works on its own timescale, and it's not always predictable. While the probability of a major earthquake striking Egypt is relatively low, it's not impossible. It's like winning the lottery. The odds are slim, but hey, someone's gotta win, right? So what can you do? Well, knowledge is power. Stay informed about earthquake preparedness, know your region's seismic risk, and have a plan in place in case the ground starts shaking. And remember, panic is never the answer. Most earthquakes are short-lived and cause minimal damage. So, there you have it. We've journeyed to the heart of the Earth, explored the science of earthquakes, and uncovered the reasons why some people feel them while others don't. It's a tale of tectonic plates, seismic waves, and the fascinating interplay between our planet and our own perception. Remember, earthquakes are a natural part of our planet's evolution. They remind us that we live on a dynamic, ever-changing sphere. While we can't prevent them, we can certainly arm ourselves with knowledge and preparedness to navigate these seismic events safely and responsibly. If you found this exploration of earthquakes as fascinating as I do, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more mind-expanding journeys into the world of science, and be sure to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Did you feel the last earthquake? Where were you? Let's keep the conversation going. So the next time you hear about an earthquake, remember, it's not just about the magnitude. It's about the complex dance between energy, geology, and human perception. It's a reminder that we're all connected, not just to each other but to the very planet we call home. And as we continue to explore the cosmos and unravel the mysteries of the universe, let's not forget to appreciate the wonders that lie right beneath our feet. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and never stop exploring the world around you.